All right, hello, wine drinking people. Today is Tuesday, August 10th, a new week here, and we've got a blitzkrieg of events this week. We've got 5 events tonight starting off the week. We've got our Argentina tasting at the Tower Club. We may have a few seats left for that if anybody's thirsty tonight. Tomorrow night, we've got our Tuscan tasting at Cafe Max. I know we still have a few seats left for that. And then Thursday night, we've got 2 events. That's right, folks. One at Mancini's and one at the High Life Cafe. Check that out on the website. The menu's listed up there. And then Friday night, we've got our Priorat tasting here at the store. So a lot going on this week, a lot going on next week. I know the Vintage Bordeaux tasting is almost sold out on the 20th. And the Vintage Aussie tasting, we've got some reservations for that also. So a lot of exciting stuff. But what have I got to sell you today? Well, every once in a while, we come across the deal on vintage champagne that is just simply too good to be true. And a lot of people feel like champagne, should you keep that? Should you age that? Does it age? Well, yes, it does age. As a matter of fact, this reminds me of a story right around World War I. Well, during World War I, there was a Swedish Celt off the coast of Switzerland or Finland, and the German sunk by a German U-boat. And this was just recently excavated, the cargo on the ship, which included some cognac, champagne, and various other things. And the cognac was still fabulous, as was the Heidsieck champagne from 1907. And I believe this wine sold at auction for big money just a couple of years ago, but they were just raving about it, waxing poetic about how great this old champagne was that was perfectly preserved under the ocean. Well, one of the things that you need with older champagne and storing champagne is proper storage, and champagne is one of the easiest wines to kill in bad storage. This wine is still very nice. If you look at the color on that, it definitely looks a little older, and some tiny bubbles coming out of the bottom, but still some effervescence on the palate with this wine. Leaves a lovely creamy feel on the tongue after you swallow it. And, like I said, the bubbles aren't what they used to be. But vintage champagne from a great vintage like 1996, which was the last great vintage in champagne up until 2002. There's not many 96s still on the market. This wine is showing, as I mentioned, signs of age. This lovely honey character to the nose, apricot and peaches. Really incredible the amount of fruit that this wine has left still even on the palate. As I mentioned before, the effervescence starting to fade here, but still some wonderful freshness and some great acidity. This wine, you can look on Wine Searcher, you'll find it all over the country, or the people that have it are at $125. We've got a price today that's 60% off the suggested retail price on this wine, $49 a bottle. Well, we've only got a few cases of this, and that's it. And I believe it's it for the Diamant Bleu as far as Heidsieck is concerned. And that Heidsieck name's a little confusing to some people because there are 3 Heidsieck. 3 Heidsieck. Heidsieck & Co. Monopole was the very first. And when the gentleman that founded this passed away, he had no heirs, no children. There was 3 nephews that took over the Heidsieck & Co., and that's how the 3 different Heidsieck's formed, Charles Heidsieck and Piper Heidsieck being the other 2. And this is one of the oldest firms. It was established in the 18th century, continuously operating, and a very famous firm around the turn of the century, the Tsar of Russia, the Emperor of Austria-Hungary, the King of England, His Majesty declaring it a royal decree that Heidsieck Monopole champagnes will be served. This 1996 is drinking beautiful. As I mentioned before, at or near its peak, we got a few bottles of 1995 in with this stash also, which are on the offer. Check it out on today's email. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasone for the Wine Watch, signing off, saying remember, always drink the good champagne first.